a lot of the decisions that I've made so far, I just said them because I knew they were the right thing to say. But hello everyone, I'm Shalene Wright to be specific, and I'm an illustrator. This is the early days of my YouTube channel, that's for sure. And today I'm on because I just wanted to share a quick where I'm at in my life and something that I feel would be relevant for you to know, or any piece, or actually just a food for thought, a piece of advice that I would leave for anybody watching who is following along with my artistic journey, but also sees themselves in a creative space where they are growing, developing, building a community, and realizing the dreams that they've had for a very long time. So let's get started. I am excited for 2022 for several reasons. Among these reasons, the first is that I have 2 books that will be released in early January or throughout the month of January. So I'm really excited for that. And the next reason why I'm excited for the new year is I'm going to be taking a different approach to my business model. And I'm just excited to be a bit more consistent in the realm of my own personal work and how I intend to approach the themes that I talk about in my art. So in my artwork, I like to discuss hair, I talk about my faith, I like to leave an encouraging word, I like to talk about just my journey in life as a person. And I've always found that my life's kind of revolved around my experience in art. And art has always been something that I've had in my life that helped me process what it is that I was going through and that's going on, because art forces me to slow down. And so I find myself in a space very often throughout the past year where I was working on these books where I just had some time to reflect on what it is that really made me happy. And simply put, it's just drawing art for one. And as I said in my first video, I'm in a place where as long as I'm doing something creative, as long as I'm doing something in regards to art, I'm truly very happy and thankful that I can just do that daily. So just being in that space, I'm very content and I'm happy. And so now I'm going forward into creating the environment and the lifestyle that I want. And so I want to be more intentional about posting and sharing my personal work. And for a long time, I feel like I've put that off and it didn't rub well with me. Even though I understood it was for a purpose, I didn't want to be that artist, and that is not how I want to remember myself. So 2020 is a big year for me because I'm going to walk forward inside of integrity and being honest with myself about what it is that I'm experiencing, what it is that I'm seeing, and really being true to what I want in my life and that what the Lord truly has given me freedom to choose for. And I also feel like I've been forfeiting a lot in the area of my choices, and it's not just something I've been doing now, it's been a trend throughout my life. So I feel as if I'm in a space now where I'm comfortable enough in myself, in who I am, to vocalize and more intentionally go out and make those things that I wanted come to pass because I can work for them. And it's not like they'll just happen. I do believe I'll have to do that. And that's just genuinely what I desire. And I want to share my art on a global scale if I can. But first, honestly and truly starting in my community, doing that would be such a blessing. And I'm excited to start there. I'm really happy for that. But what I want to leave behind as a note is that, and this is also a message to my future self and a message to anybody watching, and what I'd say is thank you. Thank you, future self, future me, for making tough decisions in the past that I feel I opted out of a lot of fun experiences, and I just kept my head down and I kept working. I can see the fruit of those decisions today, and I am not regretting any of the positions that I put myself in or the decisions that I've made, because I believed in those things. And so what I want to leave behind is that anything you do, believe in it and stand by it, and don't be afraid to change your mind. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to learn. You're allowed to grow. You're allowed to become, and you're allowed to bear fruit. You're not supposed to stay one person, and you're not meant to be in one form of you your entire life. You're meant to grow and expand, and your knowledge will expand and your experience will expand, but your thinking and those limitations that you've had are supposed to break, and you're supposed to go beyond those things too. And so I just want to leave that note that, you know, you're allowed to change, and change for the better, that is. And whatever decision you make in your life, being aware and conscious that the decisions that you're making have an effect on the paths that you take in life and the relationships that you have around you. So as you're learning and making decisions, don't beat yourself up for things you've done in the past. Instead, continue to have a posture of growth, a growth mindset, and heart of gratitude, thankfulness, and, you know, be patient with yourself and give yourself grace. And that's something I really want to highlight in this message that I'm sharing, but also as a theme in my channel, is giving yourself space and the grace to grow, and the grace to make mistakes, and the grace to look at yourself with a heart of love, because that's genuinely where it's all going to start from first. Because we can't always expect that other people are gonna know what it is that we're doing and the intentions that we had, or why we did it, even if it came out to a negative result. I hope that in this message that I'm trying to share, that I am sharing with you, that the heart of love, grace, and compassion will go forth, and that you can go forward in your life into your future, hoping, believing, and wanting to change. Wanting to grow, and wanting to leave room for even where you make a comment or a statement that you don't have to live your whole life up to a statement or that you've made in ignorance and a lack of understanding. And, you know, I always felt like I just had to be right in life. I always had to just make the right decision. I always had to just be good, be right. Now that I'm looking back, I didn't always understand what it was that I was believing in and what it was that I was being right for. And instead, as I started to learn more about myself and what I truly believe, what I accept and what I don't accept, what I enjoy and what I don't enjoy, and what is the truth about how I feel, I started to understand a lot of the decisions that I've made so far. I just said them because I knew they were the right thing to say, but it's not necessarily things that I believed in, because I didn't actually have a personal point of reference to say, yes, this is something I believe. So I just want to encourage people to feel that it's okay to, 1, not know, 2, change your mind, 3, grow. And it's okay. And you're in charge of the pace that you take. You don't have to take someone else's pace and someone else's journey. You can just take it your own way. And that's really and honestly it. That's all I have for you guys today. That's all that's on my mind, because that's what I'm going through. And I've been going through for months, if not years now. And that's just where I find myself right now. And I'm going to grow. I'm going to change, and I'm gonna change my mind. That's it. So thank you for watching. If you haven't already, can you please like the video if you enjoyed it, if you've seen yourself in it, if there's any sort of content that you'd like to see as well, make sure to leave a comment below. Or on my Instagram, there'll be a place where you can just comment in the stories what you're thinking, what your thoughts, any questions, ideas, or video categories that you want me to cover. So thank you for watching. If you see yourself as wanting to be informed about the next things that I'm doing, I encourage you to follow me on my social media. On Instagram at Shalene.Wright. On Twitter, I believe it's Shalene Wright 2. I'll put it up on the screen. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you next time.